Shaq, I'm realizing too, like one thing that used to upset you, Shaq, a lot is there would be certain guys that would have really good clips, but they couldn't play basketball. Like you'd be like, yeah, they could dunk, whatever. And I'm realizing listening to David that that's kind of what comedy's a little bit right now.
Sure.
Where some of these comedians, I'm sure you get that one joke that hits your Instagram feed or your
100%.
YouTube short and you can sell out. And then suddenly, what else do you have? And I feel like you guys are both from that. Like you need to have an hour 10. You need to have like
it's so hard. Yeah. To get something that works the whole time. It's like Star Search. I remember Brad Garrett. He's a very funny comic, but he won Star Search in the old days. You might remember Star Search, but you're a comic. You had to do 2 minutes. So he won $100,000.
Wow.
And won the whole thing. But he did about 5 2-minute sets. And so he was a headliner. And he's like, dude, I only have 10 minutes. And so he had to go out there and go, I got to come up with an hour because now I'm famous first, which is very rare. And clips are like that. You see clips of, there's a lot of crowd work and people probably wonder why, but it's because you don't want to burn your material that you might sell in a special and have everyone already know it. So you do crowd work because that's a one-time thing. So you say, hey, where you from? Oh, this guy drive you here. And then it gets a laugh, you get out. And then people go, oh, this person's funny. And then when you see them, they don't always do crowd work because that's a hook to get you to like them and to follow them. And
but now I feel like a lot of young comedians are trying to do all crowd work.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really have a bias against crowd work. I just know that it's kind of hard and it can go south sometimes. And if they're paying all this money to come see me, I want to buff out the jokes and make sure they're walking out laughing, going, okay, it was worth getting a babysitter coming down to the theater.
Shaq wants to get roasted. If he goes to a comedy show, he wants to get destroyed.
I do.
Well, have you actually been roasted? Didn't you do a roast?
I actually did a roast a long time ago, and I'm talking to Jeff about doing another one.
Yeah, you would be good.
Because Tom Brady, his roast was very funny,
yeah.
but I don't think he enjoyed it. I'm gonna enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if he was ready for it. I think
Nikki Glaser went crazy. Oh my God!
So many body punches. I just dropped him. That was tough. He was done then. And then, okay, here's 8 more guys. Sorry. I think he was looking around baffled going, what the fuck is going on? I know how much I got paid.
Yeah.
And I know that sounded great. And then I'm going to get dressed up. I look great. Yeah. They didn't mention I'm going to get the shit kicked out. And, and then the Giselle and every personal thing about your life and kids. And I think he said the kids would be off limits. I don't know if all these roasters listen to all these rules. I don't know because they're this is where I get famous.
You're
right.
I'm going to get out there.
Nothing is off limits with me. So I'm thinking about calling my roast Black and White.
Oh, I like it.
Isn't that an old Dennis Miller special?
No, but I'm going to have 5 black comedians and 5 white comedians.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. We're just going to go black and white.
That's good. You get Nikki in there to take
I'm
your part.
So,
dude, you're going to have to go on Blue Origin if you're getting an Amazon
I'm
roast.
not going on a space shuttle.
What if it's Black Origin? Would you do it then?
I tell you what. I tell you what. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go on Blue Origin tonight.
Oh, Blue Origin? You know what you could do?
Yes.
You could probably fit on the first one that was a little higher, but then the one that landed that's a little smaller, I don't think you could fit on that one.
Dave, have you ever had to deal with hecklers and how you deal with them?
The problem with putting out clips like that is it makes more people want to talk to the comic on the road, which is some comics have a bias against it because I don't want to get heckled. And if I do, I will try to deal with it. But most of it, like when I went out with Adam, when the crowds are too big, like 10,000 or something, my jokes are kind of more thrown away and quieter. And it's easier to be like a more forceful comic and louder. And because you got to wrangle, it's where you're having a fucking Lakers game. It's the same thing. Staples Center. And and when you're looking out, people are, they're getting up to get beer. These guys are over here talking. These guys are on their phone. There's so much going on. And if they're kind of lit, you realize they're not all just staring like this. They're all like, guy sucks or whatever they're doing. And it throws you out of it. And then there's also a low murmur and buzz because you can't keep 10,000 people quiet, dead silent. And so you're doing bigger jokes. You're just there's not enough energy on your end to match, when there's a basketball game, they're crazy. The game is loud, crazy, yelling. It's a lot of energy. Or if you're a band, you've got music coming out to them. It's like you're meeting all that. But if you're just like one guy your act, mumbling your jokes, it's a little trickier. So I found when I was with Adam, I didn't love the bigger crowds as much. I don't even know what this question was, but I'm just drifting off. It was harder to keep them going because they wouldn't listen as closely as I would like in a smaller one, you know. I think Nate does it well. Nate Bargatze, he's clean. He brings a good, sharp crowd that wants to listen, and they're kind of trained, and they know no yelling. He just wants to do the act, you know, and they want to hear it. So when I get thrown by that, mostly it's a dead spot. What I meant is like in those big crowds, they want attention. So if there's one moment of silence, they will yell, and it's yelling Joe Dirt, or it's yelling anything that isn't even something to answer. You know what I mean? It's just drunken babbling to get attention.
I've never thought of who you travel with determines what kind of an audience, and does that, like, sometimes you're like, ooh, a new audience to challenge myself with, but then also, are you going to want to do that for an entire tour of facing that uncertainty?
Right. And stand-up's weird because if when we're out, it was kind of like a grown-ups tour in the way that it had me and Schneider and Norm and everybody. And so, because Norm was in grown-ups, he got cut up, but they're excited to see you, and they want to yell, and they want to just sort of talk to you. They're just glad you're in their town. And then some of them don't want to sit and listen. They're just like, I'm amped up, dude. And they go, okay, now sit for 2.5 hours. Listen to all of us. They're like, no, I want to scream like at a concert. Like I want to go nuts. And Adam's really good about it. He's got a guitar, and he does jokes, and he plays a song, and then they get into it, and he makes them sing, and he's got a spotlight. So he's really utilizing the big audience. I don't do that exactly that.
Shaq, I have one more thing for him. So wait, you're the dandelion joke where you get into a fight at McDonald's.
Yeah.
As someone that wants to fight but then realizes they can't fight, do you have a way that you typically get out of fights?
I just yell, my dad's a lawyer. And then they go, I thought your dad passed away 10 years ago. And I'm like, but still, no, I go, I'm famous. You can't, That's what I say anywhere. I just walk in any situation. When people are fighting, I walk in, I go, it's okay, I'm famous. I walk right to the front. There's a car accident. Can I get through? Excuse, guys, I'm famous. Let me just get to the front. Let me see what's going on. Maybe I can help.
It works. Trust me, it works.
I know with you. It's funny. It's funny how many people know who you are out there in the world, because I have seeped in over the years from comedy specials to whatever. And so it takes people about 1.5 seconds. If you can get past them before they go, ooh, then you keep going.
250 years of tequila making tradition is in the face. Luna Azul Tequila is a celebration that comes full circle. From the fields of Jalisco to your glass, experience the authentic taste of 100% Blue Weber agave tequila that's crafted with pride for what's inside. And made for moments that shine true. Those who know look to Luna Azul Tequila. Bardstown, Kentucky, 40% alcohol by volume. Think wisely, drink wisely. Luna Azul Tequila.
Playoff basketball is here, and there's still plenty of game left to be played. Don't miss a second of the hoops action with my partners at DraftKings Sportsbook. From every game day until the trophy is lifted, DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered with same-game parlays, odds boosts, and so much more.
Right now, they're giving all new customers $200 in bonus bets instantly after betting just $5. Don't wait. Download the DraftKings app now and sign up using code BIGPOD. The crown is yours. Stay in on the action and use your $200 in bonus bets on DraftKings same game parlay for a shot at an even bigger payout. Combine multiple bets together for the same game. Love the thrill of live betting? DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on in-progress games right as they happen, making watching the game that much more exciting.
If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Pick 6, and you have the shot to win cash prizes.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use my promo code BIGPOD and bet just $5 on any wager and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code BIGPOD, only at DraftKings Sportsbook.